I understand this. I do. I think that I'm desensitized to it because, you know, it's like 50% of my life, right? It's like some judges are like, oh my God, this person loves me. Yay, this is awesome. They want to kiki with you. And then sometimes, most of the time, judges are in the middle. But a lot of the time, you're like, oh God, this judge cannot stand me. Mr. Not Actually Golden had a case a couple of years ago where the judge got his name wrong for 2 years. And he was like, this bitch, I feel like she's doing it on purpose because she hates me. Like, it's just, I think we're just desensitized to it because it's kind of part of the game. But I can completely understand why, if you're not used to that kind of thing, it can, like, get on your nerves. But let me just put this out there. Some of you are open to hearing this and some of you aren't. And if you're not, that's okay. Maybe 6 months from now, you'll be open to hearing it. But as someone who has done a lot of sexual harassment and discrimination litigation, I can tell you that I often come across judges and investigators who will give the person claiming discrimination a lot of extra grace. And they do that because they don't want to give the impression that they don't take these kinds of claims seriously. And some of it is a snapback from the way that it used to be, right? Where it's like, oh, we can't believe her. She's a woman. You know, they all lie. Some of it is a snapback. But I have seen a lot of judges give sexual harassment plaintiffs a lot of extra grace, even when they didn't deserve it, simply because they don't want to give the impression that they don't take that person seriously or they don't take sexual harassment seriously. And I do think that's part of what Lyman is doing here. Now, you can think that Blake Lively is a lying sack of shit and has made this whole thing up just to hurt Justin, and I know many of you do, and you have every right to believe that. But if you're able to hold two things in your head at the same time, can you maybe hold in your head, I think she's a lying sack of shit and I hope she loses, but at the same time, it's probably good to have somebody on the federal bench who is really careful and thoughtful about disposing entirely of sexual harassment claims, especially before they even get started. Because as a lawyer, when I'm on the defense side, I'm incredibly frustrated with judges who do that, or investigators who do that, or hearing officers who do that. And you're like, oh my God, you're just going to give them whatever. And you ultimately are like, I guess I'm just going to have to work harder. I guess I'm just going to have to litigate better. But as a citizen, and as a person who believes that these laws are really important and that they should be taken seriously, I also kind of can't blame them for doing it. Because if they do it in this case, they'll do it in all the others. So I know there's a million arguments why this case is different and she's an outlier because she has all these resources. I get all that. I'm just asking if and when you are ready, there is a perspective that what he wants to avoid is the impression that he may be sitting in there drinking his coffee and laughing with his clerks and thinking, oh my God, this woman has no case. This is such a joke. I can't believe she's going to file a motion for summary judgment. But what he does out here for everyone to see, he wants to make sure that if he is going to dispose of a sexual harassment case, which is what Wayfarer has asked him to do in the motion for judgment on the pleadings, that it is really warranted. Because if you kick a sexual harassment case and it's not warranted, you look like a dick.